A few things about what is that? Yeah, please do come. Mohan, would you also come? Mohan, we need one more chair. That's fine. Yeah, put it. Okay, what we are going to do is that, see, since we did the initiative in this whole thing, we had interactive session meetings with the government, with Chief Minister Oommen Chandy, our Industry Secretary P.H. Kurian, as well as Industry Ministers Kunyali Kuti, and they are all very excited and supportive of this thing. But we have to decide how we take it up further. So this session we will try to see what strategy we use for future. We suggested that after Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, many of us come to Kerala, so maybe we should have a meeting on January 12th and 13th, which is after the Pravasi Divas. In addition to that, former Ambassador T.P. Srinivasan suggested that if there are some researchers come along with this group who are arriving who will be in Kerala at that time, he would also have a separate meeting with the Kerala Higher Education Council to see how NRIs can help in the higher education field in Kerala. So we are going to open it up for a concluding session, and I will ask each of the session chair and the coordinator to see what we take up further about this meeting, about our initiative. And just wanted to tell you that whatever information we have gathered here or presented here is going to be available to the whole world. We have recorded everything, so more and more people will come to know these issues as well as opportunities available in the various technologies. At least we have identified some of the technologies who were present here, who made presentation, so that we will convey this information to the whole world. So when the next meetings takes place in Kerala, we are hoping that people from USA, from Canada, from other Western countries, people from Middle East, as well as entrepreneurs from Middle East, as well as Kerala join for a bigger meeting to exchange ideas as well as network, so that we can take to the next stage of activities. We talked about entrepreneurship, how we can create entrepreneurship in Kerala, especially that is becoming bigger and bigger, that more youngsters are coming forward, so we have to mold them, mentor them, and involve with the various initiatives taken by non-profit organizations, private initiatives, colleges, and government, and how we can be instrumental in promoting entrepreneurship among our people, our youngsters, our young professionals. So these are the kind of things which we should discuss further on this meeting, and sort of giving a blueprint to the government too. And may I request Mohan to take some notes of this after we can, although we'll have conclusion of each of the speech by the moderators as well as each of the speakers, we'll get some brief from them so that we can make a detailed report. So at this point, I open it for little comments from each one of them. Starting with Shaji, then we'll go one by one. Abraham, do you have that other telephone, other microphone? It's working, right?
Yeah.
I have just a couple of comments. I have taken part in such meetings in other places also, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, as a part of our effort to get technocrats together. I would really like to comment. First thing is that the high level of discussions that happened today, the papers presented in today's sessions were each one excelling the other, and it is amazing. And so for the technocrat movement to happen for Kerala, it has to originate from the US. And today's meeting has proved that. I believe that, and I think each one of us here believes that. And this is going to be the beginning of a great change for Kerala. Today is really a historic day, and maybe we can proudly say, look back 10 years later and look back on this day and say that 30 to 40 people got together in the US. They had a full day session and they came out with such suggestions which changed the course of history of Kerala. I strongly believe that. Thank you very much, all of you. Kerala needs, the change is already there. The two important things that need to be done according to me is one, they change the perception of Kerala. The real story of Kerala as the new destination should really come out. And each one of us have a responsibility here to be goodwill ambassadors of Kerala and promote the right story that what is really happening should be brought out to the world. And that is the first thing, is my suggestion. The second thing, according to me, is a continuous engagement. Why the disappointment of the NRI or diaspora community with their initiatives in Kerala? If you analyze, there are people who are continuously engaged with them and they are successful and they are happy. But there are people who also get engaged because of excitement whenever they come once a year or once in 2 years. They try to start something there in a month or two, then they come back, try to do remote management, and it doesn't work in Kerala. So that is another issue. So if we cannot do it individually, the moment we start doing it collectively and have a professional organization over there to continuously follow up and engage with the government, even in the United States here, to get your laws amended, to get your policies right, you have lobbying, you have continuous engagement with the government and the decision makers. So it's not only in Kerala, it's everywhere in the world. If you have to get the things changed, you have to continuously engage with all the stakeholders. So the second suggestion would be to set up a professional body under the leadership of Thomas Abraham and some of the other NRI organizations. Like we have already spoken to the World Malayali Council, they are willing to cooperate. We have spoken to many other NRI organizations. They are all coming together and we can think of having a professional setup in Trivandrum, maybe headed by somebody who is with the government, who knows how the government works and who can really make the government work in our favor. If we set up a body like that, even with one representative to continuously engage the government on the areas that are needed for anybody from this technocrat community. If they have a problem, it becomes a problem of all of us. And if somebody is there to continuously look after that and try to sort it out then and there, I think this initiative will really be successful. These are my two comments. Thank you.
Sunny.
Tell you honestly, when Dr. Thomas Abraham suggested the whole thing, I never thought that we will get this type of caliber of people for this discussion. I'm extremely happy and proud that we have done an excellent job, and the Indians outside India are more Indians than Indians in India. This is the, see, in Kerala, for example, this much concern is not there. What we are thinking of this about Kerala, people who are sitting in Kerala don't have that much. So I feel that from the Middle East and from all areas, I can guarantee that we can get a better participation under this same leadership. We can just carry on with so many programs. And one thing is sure, the Kerala mindset, to change the Kerala mindset, we have to work outside Kerala, or people from US, Dr. Anirudhan, all our people from outside India, especially US and other part of European countries. I was in London last 2 weeks back. There are very good people who are concerned about the developments of Kerala, and I really value this conference in a very big way. Thank you very much, Dr. Thomas, for all these things.
So my takeaways from the sessions that I've been listening to and participating, I think there is a kind of an inertia within the Kerala ecosystem which needs to be challenged, I think. And higher education is a priority. There should be an interface with businesses that should invest into higher education there. The role of KPI of the New Kerala Initiative, that has to be clearly defined. So what is New Kerala Initiative going to do in terms of facilitating organizations and businesses that are going to set up operations in Kerala. So is it going to be a kind of a third party? Are they going to interface with the government there? Are they going to, what is the role? So that has to be defined. I think that is the very critical next step which will take us to the next level. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Mohan. We have had many conferences, but this one, in my opinion, has been the most focused and most homogeneous, with a lot of passion, and a force has been set in motion. I don't know how there is any going back now, I mean, yes, there is going to be pitfalls, yes, there are going to be, all kinds of issues in terms of progress, whatnot, but failures are not supposed to keep us back. They are supposed to be stepping stones, like we always have said. So that's where it's going. As for my personal commitment, it's always there, even though I'm not a Bhumi Putri, as I say. I grew up in Delhi. I moved to the US when I was 18. My whole family is a bunch of bureaucrats, so I know how bureaucracy works. But I'm certainly a daughter-in-law of Kerala. So from that perspective, I have, all the commitments I can make. I'm a storyteller. So any story I can tell, I'll be happy to tell the right story. And, just repeating what I said earlier, we just have to succeed. We have to repeat our own successes, plus imitate the best practices of others who have succeeded. And I think it was a wonderful conference, like speaker after speaker, speaker after speaker. They were a font of information, and the participants in the audience, they were also so much, such font of inspiration, actually. So thank you. Let's repeat it and let's keep moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you all. As a beginning, one thing which evolved out of this whole initiative when we started, first of all, we identified people in different technologies. In fact, if you see our preliminary list of people whom we are contacting, they're all in different fields. So what we would do as a beginning, we'll put all this information in our Kerala technology New Kerala initiative, so that we can start identifying, and in the process we will also get more people come forward that they want to be part of this whole initiative. Secondly, I would suggest that Shaji should go and give a brief to the government what we have done, and then initiate the process for the next meeting on January 12 and 13. We will announce it to all people all over the world, even to the Middle East, but we will have again focus session in terms of networking with the people, the technocrats, the entrepreneurs, and people like Yusuf Ali and others should be invited for this meeting, because then we are taking to the next level of activity, and where I think people like Sunny should help to reach them out, especially from the Middle East, and then of course from the Kerala entrepreneurs too. And I think, I was told that when we conduct this meeting, let's focus on more on technology, what technology, investments. We are not trying to convey a political message to anybody. So we should be focused so that we can accomplish, especially for this new initiative. So any other suggestion? This little open session where we would like to hear from all of you. Abraham?
Yeah. What I would suggest to all of you is that there is a website right now, like Dr. Abraham mentioned, Thomas Abraham mentioned, newkeralainitiative.com. We can use that to communicate with each other, and also to put any information that you want to put up there. Anybody who has any success stories, give us that. Anybody who has any experiences back in Kerala, let us know. We will put that up there, and we are going to build it up and use it as a vehicle for communication and documentation for anything that happens with regard to this initiative.
Yeah. I would like to thank Abraham and Saji for taking that initiative. They put their own money to get the registration and everything.
Can you put up that website? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's a very wonderful website. He has really done very well. And that, the thing is that we are going to utilize the technology to reach out more people. And it's going to work out very well, because I think we are in the technology age, communication age, where we can make things happen with this new initiative, new platform. It's a platform. Slowly we build up.
Initiative.
No, there is no yes there. .com or .org, both will work.
Okay. Any other suggestion by the time we wanted to ask? How many of you would be able to be in will be in Kerala around the second week of January? I just want to know. Gabriel, anybody else will be in Kerala at that time? Okay. Prasad, this Abraham Philip. Anybody else? Abraham, you going to be there? Okay. Anirudhan, you'll be there? Okay. So we have at least 6-7 people already confirmed, and I know we can slowly build up the number of people who could be there. Any other suggestion? Anybody else? Any other suggestion? Abraham.
I feel that we should have, what government should do. Kerala government needs to do something for us, or what? We should.
Well, we are going to give a blueprint to the government, and in fact, Mohan and some of us will take the initiative. Shaji, you want to add on that?
Yeah. See, based on what Mr. Thomas Abraham told me, I met the CM before coming to just informing him that I am going for the summit. And it's purely a private initiative, but we want support from the government just in terms of how to take this forward. So the CM was very supportive. What he said is, we don't want even another conference. You come back with your recommendations from New York, and then we have an interactive sessions with this. I will bring my key cabinet members and the key bureaucrats, and we can have an interactive session on how to immediately implement your suggestions. That was to the level which the CM had committed. So we can kickstart this, that something can come out of it immediately. We don't have to again go for more and more. We will have our seminars to create more ideas, but at least whatever we have concluded by the end of today, and maybe we summarize it tomorrow morning in the strategy paper, that will be submitted to the CM, and he has assured that he will act on it by the time we are there in January.
One suggestion I have is Akron, Ohio. It's a small town. We are Wi-Fi connected. So Akron will go around the world and say we are connected. So they are bringing people from Israel, from Germany, all that. So like that, Kerala could do something like that. Will broadcast that something came out.
Well, I think we are going to utilize this new Kerala initiative to do that. Because we don't want to go to the government. Okay, you do it. It may not happen, but we already have enough resources around to do it, and we will take it up further as a private initiative, and I think that will be successful in getting things done moving forward. So in that regard, I think what I'm going to do is that, by the way, we got a very extensive coverage because about 1 day back, because Press Trust of India made a big story out of it. So it's in every Indian papers that Kerala, Indian American Malayalis are getting together for a big new Kerala initiative with new technology. It's in Indian Express, Economic Times, Times of India. Every newspapers you count in India, over 100 newspapers have this news story. And they also put the angle that, Kerala, Indian American Malayalis want Kerala to be #1 in technology. Okay, so that has some value, and other states may be watching us, what we are doing. So it's a competition, that we have to be ahead of the competition. So I think in this regard, what I'm going to do, we need to develop a paper, or sort of what we have accomplished out of this. I'm going to send an email to all the speakers to send a few things about what they talked about, so that we can make a report about the whole thing, and also all the moderators to provide a short report, so that we will make a report to present to the government when Shaji goes to India. We will have that report available. And I would think is that you have to initiate with some Kerala agency like KICD's, IDC, or talk to Mr. T.K. Nair, he said he will be willing to take up that to support this, to get this thing done. So, but interactive sessions we can have, an earlier meeting, but other than that, a public meeting where we invite more people. So because this is not just limited to American technocrat, it's a whole world, Malayalis all over the world. Anybody else?
I just want to make one comment. Nowadays, the way to succeed is collaboration. We have to collaborate with the government, and the central government, the state government has to collaborate with the central government. The reason for that is that we can get a lot of big institutes. Right now, we don't have any centralized good institutes other than RRI, Trivandrum, and one more like that. But these are the things which are extremely necessary for the R&D community to grow and to have high quality. Same way, we need to be a little bit more open-minded about bringing people from other states, which many of you have said. And similarly, people from US should also, some of them should plan to go back to India if they decide to, and there should be opportunity for that. Together, we can do much better than doing individually. So that kind of culture we need to create. Same thing with opposition party or the other party, it doesn't matter, it is for Kerala. So that kind of culture, how do we create? And to a certain extent, that has to come from the political also. We can leave, but it has to come from there also.
Yeah, just want to mention that we will be inclusive, except that we are the Malayalis who could take the initial interest. But it has to be, once we sell the idea, should bring people from all over India, all Indians. We convey that Kerala is setting up for new business, new technologies, and also the American companies or European companies where we can influence, including your own company, Johnson Matthey. You are there. That is what happened about 20 years back when our people, Patni computers went to India, and slowly we built up, we as Indians said, oh, go to India. So similarly, the same model we use, that we are committed for Kerala, but then we try to get everybody else to come to Kerala. Any other suggestion? Yes, we do. Anyway, so in that regard, Gabriel?
There should be a very carefully written position paper as the expert opinion, and as a documented thing, it goes there. So we can take it over there. And this is done conscious of the diaspora community here. And this is the way we can contribute. I mentioned in my abstract the secret formula. We contribute, collaborate, and communicate. Communication is very important. So we get our ideas to them in the right time, in the right place. Then we can follow it very easy.
Yeah, I think in fact Mohan has taken some of the notes, but I'm going to ask each of the speakers and moderator to send some brief summary of what they have talked and what we have discussed in this, so that we'll put a bigger paper, a document to be presented, and that is, it will be an open communication, and we will upload it in our website too, so that everybody else could see what exercise, what discussion we had at this meeting. So it will be an open, inclusive way of doing things in the next stage of activities. All right, in this regard, I really, yeah.
This collaboration, networking and communication, I offer myself, my services as the Executive Vice President of GoPio. I travel to different parts of the world, and I will definitely connect the like-minded people from all parts of the world wherever I go for associating with our programs. And in Abu Dhabi, there is a program coming for the Malayali community, and I'm sure that we should participate. Okay. I think Isaac John is there involved in that. So that also is a major platform where all these Yusuf Alis, Muhammad Alis, all these Gulf business people will come. Instead of they are coming here, they will be too easy for them to be there, and if we can also participate in that, it will be excellent.
That would be wonderful. So in this regard, I think we had a very successful meeting, and let's give a big hand to all our speakers and moderators and all those who helped. Our sponsors, King's Group of Companies, Sabinsa, Mr. Jayashankar Nair for coming, and then our two other sponsors, Mr. Sridhar Menon, as well as Mr. Nainan of Straybridge, and also all our volunteers, people who are sitting here, Jimmy John, Christy, Anna, and then Abraham Thomas, and our president Kerala Center, Thambi, and several others who helped, E.M. Stephen. So thank you very much, and I request Abraham Thomas to give the vote of thanks. Abraham?